Did you know that society has long expected men and boys to be strong, competitive, and in control? These expectations come with a price. They can harm mental health. In this video, we'll talk about the problems with traditional ideas about masculinity and how they affect people and society. The idea that men should be in charge and remain unemotional has been around for a long time, passed down through history and culture. These expectations create unfair ideas about what it means to be a man. Some common beliefs include thinking men are better than women, hiding their feelings, always succeeding on their own, avoiding anything considered girly, and being afraid of people who are different from them. These erroneous beliefs are often promoted by influential people on social media and YouTube. They say that being a real man means being in charge. But times are changing, and we have a chance to make things better. If we don't address these ideas soon, they can cause serious mental health problems for men. One harmful mindset linked to this concept is hegemonic masculinity, a way of thinking that supports unfair power dynamics. This idea hurts not only women, but other men who don't fit into traditional ideas of masculinity, more so those men themselves. In the next part of this video, we'll look at how these old-fashioned ideas can hurt people and talk about how we can make things better. First of all, the concept of Stoicism among boys and men is the inclination to remain unaffected by challenges. These men believe in the regulation of emotions by showing strength, courage, and endurance. Stoic ideas emanated from philosophers like Seneca, Marcus Aurelius, and Epictetus. Even Tim Ferriss admired this philosophy so much that he published a book titled Letters from a Stoic. In contrast, according to the American Psychological Association, Stoicism as a lifestyle can lead to toxic masculinity. Being an accomplished and respectable man should not entail concealing emotions and feigning independence. Rather, it should involve self-awareness, authenticity, and the acceptance of vulnerabilities. In 2008, a study revealed that while Stoicism is not exclusive to them, men were significantly more prone to exhibit it than women. Notably, the study indicated that the link between Stoicism and well-being was entirely influenced by an individual's willingness to seek professional psychological help. This implies that the most detrimental aspect of Stoicism could be its tendency to avoid seeking support from others during life's challenges. As a matter of fact, this belief makes it more challenging for men to cope with difficult thoughts, feelings, and emotions. For instance, imagine losing a friend. A woman can cry and express her sorrow through tears. But if a man tries doing such, society sees him as weak and not manly. Another situation that buttresses this is the way a civilized man is expected to dance in public. You can't be a king or a president of a country and lose your dignity. These are the ideas that are traditionally orchestrated towards denying the male gender their desired liberty. Also, research indicates that adhering to Stoicism can result in the underreporting of symptoms, particularly pain, and the delayed seeking of necessary care. However, the reluctance to express emotions is neither desirable nor conducive to well-being. Adopting such a mindset doesn't only impact men who forego necessary care, but also influences those around them. Failure to connect emotionally and suppressed feelings can lead to disruptive behavior or inappropriate expressions of anxiety or anger. Self-reliance is another formulated idea from hegemonic masculinity. Traditional masculinity influencers believe men should embrace self-help and reject vulnerability. According to a study, this philosophy is more closely related to men than to women. From the findings, men are anticipated to embody self-reliance, while women may be excused for not adhering to this expectation according to societal norms. This toxic mindset can discourage men from seeking help or expressing their emotions, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and hindering authentic connections. Also, it often fosters an unrealistic expectation of invulnerability, impeding personal growth and hindering the development of healthy relationships. The pressure to conform to this rigid notion of self-reliance by other men can also contribute to mental health issues and reinforce harmful gender norms. The concept of emotional suppression is another philosophy promoted by these men on social media and YouTube to set real men apart from other men or women. Men who adhere to this idea are expected to embrace emotional resilience and suppression of vulnerable emotions such as sadness, fear, and vulnerability. In other words, they believe expressing such feelings is a sign of weakness. But the truth is, this societal construct contributes to the perpetuation of toxic masculinity, leading to adverse effects on mental health and interpersonal relationships. Men who feel pressured to conform to these stereotypes may experience a sense of inadequacy and an inability to express their true selves. At the preliminary stage, most men resort to violence and aggression to solve most of their problems. Following this, they end up in isolation, suicidal thoughts, and terrorism. And the rates of intimate partner violence, sexual assault, and other forms of abuse increase sporadically in the name of proving masculinity. Now, let's explore some research findings that validated the relationship between traditional masculinity and negative outcomes. First of all, substance abuse is one of the most prevailing consequences of following the trending traditional masculinity. A study published in the Journal of Gender, Culture and Health revealed that men deeply committed to traditional masculine roles face increased stress related to their gender identity. These are the individuals who so much believe in the tough guy role. As a result, they exhibited more pronounced alcohol dependence and reported higher incidences of drug abuse. As a matter of fact, they got more prone to substance abuse, believing they are in control, tough guy self-assurance. Secondly, traditional masculinity may increase mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. Men who feel pressured to conform to traditional masculine norms may be less likely to seek help for mental health concerns due to the stigma surrounding vulnerability and emotional expression. Studies have shown that men's adherence to traditional masculine norms may contribute to lower rates of depression diagnoses. High conformity to these norms correlates with less help-seeking behavior and more negative attitudes towards psychological treatments. Studies find that men who strongly believe in self-reliance are reluctant to seek help. As a result, it makes them half as likely to seek help compared to women. Research suggests that men who hold traditional masculine norms are more at risk of suicidal thoughts and suicide by believing in self-reliance and avoiding mental treatment. Third, sexual risk behaviors are more prevalent among men who endorse traditional masculine beliefs. A study has indicated that traditional masculinity is associated with risky sexual behaviors and a lack of sexual health awareness. The study concentrated on how gangs socialize members, reinforcing the belief that boys should have multiple sexual partners and display insatiable sexual desires and aggression. On the other hand, they believe that girls should be sexually available to male gang members reluctantly. The pressure to meet sexual expectations often leads to addiction to alcohol and drug abuse, resulting in self-destructive behavior. That's not all. Men who conform to these unregulated norms may be less likely to use protection during sexual encounters. This can lead to higher rates of sexually transmitted infections and unintended pregnancies. Last but not least, this traditional masculinity ideology perpetuates violence, particularly intimate partner violence and sexual assault. Men who adhere to traditional masculine norms may feel pressure to assert dominance and control in their relationships, leading to higher rates of abusive behaviors. A study identified the two forms of hegemony, internal and external. External hegemony refers to the institutionalization of men's dominance over women. Internal hegemony refers to the social ascendancy of one group of men over all other men. In line with external hegemony is the endorsement of aggression and control, which most often result in intimate partner violence. This same study emphasized that toxic masculinity not only enforces rigid gender roles, but also involves an aggressive need to dominate. In addition, this idea is all about the zeal to dominate and endorse misogynistic and homophobic views. In addition, these toxic traits have also extended to social media, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and fostering a hostile online environment. So, what have we learned? As we continue talking about traditional masculinity and its effects, it's important to understand how harmful these old ideas can be. Men who strongly endorse these beliefs might harm their partner and other women, as well as other men who are thought of as weak. More importantly, these men might even harm themselves with substance abuse and avoid seeking help when necessary. Handling the risks associated with traditional masculinity requires putting a stop to the continuous endorsement of masculinity's negative beliefs. The truth is that there is not necessarily anything wrong with traditional masculinity, but the misinterpretation should be addressed. Traditional masculinity ought to be the promotion of male qualities and values that are constructive, respectful, and supportive. These lifestyles include traits like responsibility, courage, integrity, and empathy, while rejecting harmful aspects such as aggression or dominance. Furthermore, it emphasizes the importance of positive relationships, emotional intelligence, and a commitment to personal growth. Plus, it fosters a healthy and balanced expression of masculinity within cultural and societal norms, promoting positive male role models and challenging traditional gender roles in media and popular culture can also contribute to a more inclusive approach to masculinity. By showcasing diverse representations of masculinity that embrace vulnerability, emotional intelligence, and compassion, society can help break down the rigid expectations placed on men. In other words, it will empower individuals to express themselves authentically and seek support when needed. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also drop your opinion in the comments section as we all redefine what masculinity should be, and check out the resources in the description below for more information. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.